It's always fun when you find a book that kind of inspires you and causes you to look differently at how you do business, maybe makes you more referable to your peers, and maybe can share something with them. So I thought it'd be fun to bring this book that I read recently, Customer 3D, it's called. But I thought what would be even more fun is to bring the author. So one of my guests today, Bill Self, is the author of Customer 3D. And so you can look at him to know if I'm doing a good job portraying how it goes. But this really did wake me up to some ideas and some thoughts. And first of all, I need to explain exactly what the 3D principle is. And I'll go through the Ds. It's 3 dimensions of working with customers. Dimension number 1, Brandon, would be, here's your coffee, thanks for the money, we're good. Okay? And that's that. And you'll hear bells every time that happens. That's 1D. Actually, you won't hear any bells when 1D happens.
Angel just got his wings.
A business just lost their customer. Okay, that's 1D. 2D is all that, but with a big smile. Caring. Man, I hope you love the coffee. We're proud of our coffee. Enjoy the coffee. 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 Right? Very enthusiastic and true and genuine, but all about the product. Customer 3D is this. Brandon, enjoy the coffee. I see you have your laptop with you. Let me get you a cord. I'm going to get somebody to get you a cord so you can plug in. Well, talk to our office. We got to get more plugs along this wall. And next time you come into that coffee shop, there are plugs along that wall. And when you go to their place across town, there are plugs along that wall. Okay? Because they're not just about the coffee. That started things. They're about your success. Your success, you being better because you're here. Applies to any business. Now, of course, you say, of course I want to do that. Why wouldn't I do that? Of course I'm Customer 3D. Fact is, I got into what I do to be Customer 3D, to make the people I work with be at their best. But this taught me something. Let me introduce you to the trickiest 2 things, not the best 2 things, the trickiest 2 things that keep you from being 3D. The first tricky thing is this. 2D is deceptive. 2D feels like 3D. I really hope you enjoy this. I hope it's a very successful coffee experience for you. Coffee. But it's still all about that if you really look at it. I'll explain how that happened to me. 2D is very deceptive. It feels like 3D, but it isn't. The second thing, which probably makes the first true, is that products are seductive. Even if you didn't create your product, you're the one who brings it to life in the community. You're the one that brings it to life for people. If you did create your product, holy cow, that's your baby. You want it to grow up big and strong in the community. Oh, look at my coffee grow up big and strong. Look at my Best in Class sessions grow up big and strong. That's seductive. I believe, personally, those are the trickiest 2 things that keep people from being 3D. 2D is deceptive, service with a smile, and the product becomes so seductive. Here's how it happened to me. I had built Best 2 Things to help people be at their best. Then this product called Best in Class, where we gather around and learn stuff, happened. And then it became, thanks for coming to Best in Class. Thanks for bringing somebody to Best in Class. Blah, 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 Best in Class. Best in Class. And suddenly I was just Best in Class man. And I wasn't thinking beyond. Well, this book woke me up, and I've done something to change it that I hope both serves you and maybe makes me even more referable, okay? And that's this. What I'm going to do, and this is in conversations with Bill and conversations with some of the members of Best in Class. These are folks who subscribe every month to come to a session. What I'm going to do is sit down with them, and we're going to use a very common tool we're both familiar with, LinkedIn. Everybody loves getting a good LinkedIn recommendation, right? But let's define what a good one is. It's not 2D. It's 3D. I'm going to sit down with my members, and I'm going to say, what recommendation do you want to be able to give me in 30 or 60 days? One that isn't, Best in Class was fun. We had great food. Jeff's awesome. Blah, 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 okay? And I enjoyed it. Not that. A recommendation instead, in draft mode, in LinkedIn, that says, I am happier meeting with my customers because of this. I am more successful in my client meetings because of this. I have closed more business this month because of the sessions I went to best in class. In other words, how are you better? How are you at your best? First sentence, short, would fit on a t-shirt, because we work together. Okay? That's the target. So, my purpose here is that we realize that the idea of becoming 3D sounds great, sounds good. The book walks right through it. He gives all kinds of great examples and reiterates the important principles again and again. But actually doing it is very, very tricky. Again, the trickiest two things: 2D is very seductive. 2D is deceptive. It feels like I'm caring about Brendan when all I'm really caring about is his coffee, my coffee. And that product is so seductive because either I created it or I give it life in the community. So, I thank you all for the opportunity to be at my best with you. It's a great pleasure every single week. I hope this helps.